Volkswagen promises an electric hatch under 20,000 euros with up to 450 km range. Sound like the EV everyone been waiting for. But the real story hides in the battery, platform, and the fine print. Volkswagen showed the ID.2all concept and says the production model will land in Europe and around 2025 with starting price below 25,000 euros. That's huge for EV adoption, but there's a lot packed into the number. Choice of battery chemistry, front-wheel drive, MEB Entry architecture, and trade-offs between range, cost, and charging. In this video, I'll walk you through the specs that matter, the real-world compromises behind affordable EVs, and the one practical decision every buyer needs to make if they want the ID.2all to be a win, not a compromise. Stick around because the small print changes the whole math. Hello everyone, I'm Shayan, an engineer specialized in electric vehicle development. The headline facts are simple and attention-grabbing. Volkswagen says the ID.2all concept points to a production car planned for 2025 that aims to start under 25,000 euros, while offering front-wheel drive and an efficient electric motor. The concept material lists an output up to 166 kW and a projected WLTP range up to 450 km. Bold numbers for a compact, affordable EV. But those concept numbers are not the same as the final production spec. Concepts give a peek at the upper limits and design language, but production models are tuned for cost regulation and mass manufacturing. Volkswagen itself has already signaled two practical battery options on the MEB Entry. A smaller 38 kWh pack using LFP cells for affordability and a larger 56 kWh unit aiming for much longer range. That split matters because the price and real daily usability change dramatically between those packs. So let's make the numbers real. A 38 kWh pack with LFP chemistry is likely to deliver a WLTP range that suits city commuters. Think roughly 200 to 300 kilometers depending on the driving style and options. And it will keep costs and raw materials down by avoiding nickel-heavy chemistries. But the 56 kWh pack is the one that pushes the claimed 450 km WLTP figure. That car will cost more and be heavier, and Volkswagen may reserve the long-range option for higher trims. Having two battery sizes gives buyers choice, but it also means the headline 25,000 euros and 450 km package is likely an optimistic top frame or depends on regional incentives. But battery chemistry choice isn't only about price. LFP cells, likely in the smaller packs, are cheaper and have great cycle life and safety. Yet they pack less energy per kilogram than nickel-rich chemistries. That trade-off means a lighter, cheaper car may still have acceptable day-to-day range, while the bigger battery version will cost more but gives long highway range. For many buyers, the smart move is to pick the battery that matches real daily needs, not the headline top range number. Industry analysis shows this is the common path for affordable EVs. Small packs for the cost-conscious, bigger pack for the long-distance users. But the platform matters too. Volkswagen ID.2all will be the first MEB vehicle with front wheel using the MEB Entry revolution, which Volkswagen says cuts cost and optimizes interior spaces. Front wheel drive with a single motor on the front axle simplifies the drivetrain, reduces component count, and helps keep prices down. That's great for affordability, but it changes handling dynamics compared with rear motor or dual motor layouts, and can alter charging behavior under heavy loads. So the ID.2all is designed to be practical and efficient, but not a performance flagship. But affordable cars must balance technology and user experience. Volkswagen has promised features familiar from larger ID models, Travel Assist, IQ.LIGHT, ID.LIGHT, advanced driver aids, and interestingly, they have listened to buyers and reintroduced physical buttons for critical functions. That's a deliberate shift. Buyers wanted easier, safer control, and regulators are pushing for certain physical controls for safety ratings. So Volkswagen is cutting complexity where it hurts the wallet, but keeping the quality and usability where owners want it. That's smart engineering for volume cars, but it also means some cutting in other areas to keep the price target. But what about charging? The ID.2all will use MEB Entry technology with efficient charging hardware, and Volkswagen has hinted at a good charging rate relative to pack size. Short answer, smaller batteries charge faster in minutes because there's less energy to put in them. But smaller pack owners also run into range anxiety on long trips unless they plan stops. Larger packs charge more slowly per percentage point but let you go farther between stops. For real-world buyers, the sweet spot is to think about their weekly mileage. If you average short urban hops, a 38 kWh LFP pack and home charging will be ideal and cheaper. If you do lots of highway miles, the 56 kWh variant will pay off. But price reality is complicated by markets and incentives. Volkswagen's 25,000 euros target is Europe focused and they assumed local incentives or limited standard equipment. Pricing for other regions will differ, and local taxes, warranty structures, and options will add costs. That means shoppers in some countries may see a higher sticker once options and destination fees are added. The takeaway, the base promise is real in Europe as Volkswagen intends. But buyers should always check final trims and local offers before assuming the headline price applies everywhere. But what does the ID.2all mean for the broader EV market? An accessible Volkswagen with familiar branding and dealer network lowers the barrier to EV ownership. Volkswagen is promising 10 new electrics by 2026 and is positioning the ID.2all to be a volume seller that accelerates adoption. If Volkswagen hits volume and costs come down, rivals will act, and that could push more competition and faster EV retail price drops across brands. That's good for shoppers, but it puts pressure on suppliers and the supply chain to ramp LFP and prismatic cell production. The industry is already moving in that direction, but scaling up will be a real test. But every revolution has weak spots. Affordable EVs must solve warranty, service, and battery replacement economics. A cheap sticker price is one thing. Total cost of ownership across 5 to 8 years is another. Battery warranty lengths, residual value, and maintenance networks. But decide whether the ID.2all is actually economical long term. Volkswagen's dealer network helps, but used car values and second life battery market will be important for total cost math. Industry analysts warn that low upfront price must be combined with solid battery reliability to make the propositions truly transformative. But if you're thinking about buying one, here's the practical checklist I would use. Decide your daily miles. Check local pricing and incentives. Choose the battery size that matches real needs. And plan home charging first. The economics favor overnight level 2 charging for the smaller pack. Also, verify which features are standard versus optional at the price you see, because adding options can push the prices higher. That keeps you from buying the idea of an affordable EV and discovering the reality includes expensive options. Here's the tight summary you should take away. Volkswagen's ID.2all is a genuinely important project. A compact EV targeting under 25,000 euros and promising up to 450 kilometers on the high-end spec. But the reality is a story of trade-offs. The affordable version will almost certainly use a smaller LFP pack for city buyers, while the long-range version will cost more and target different needs. If Volkswagen executes the platform, battery sourcing, and production plan, the ID.2all could be the mass-market EV many have been waiting for. If costs or supply chains slow, the car will still be important, but less of a price disruptor in some markets. Choose the battery that matches your life and don't buy the top range number without checking the trim. Volkswagen's ID.2all brings a real promise: mainstream, affordable EV mobility with familiar Volkswagen DNA. But the promise arrives wrapped in engineering choices. Battery chemistry upfront, front-wheel drive MEB Entry, and trim options that decide whether your car costs 25,000 euros or significantly more. The smart buyer will map daily needs to the battery option, plan for home charging, and treat the headline specs as a starting point, not a contract. If Volkswagen nails the production and scale, the ID.2all will change the market. If not, it still sets the tone. Affordable EVs are no longer a concept. They are a supply chain and production problem to solve.